Last week, I told you about foreign direct investment. And I told you about a facility I'd seen on the Spintex Road. So show me that video. A giant mall that I had seen. And I'm saying I saw this coming up in 2017. I can beat my chest and say that I saw this coming up in 2017. And I asked somebody about it. And he said, oh, it's a mall. I said, wow. He said, oh, it's going to create about 2,000 to 3,000 jobs. I said, oh, that's good. Those are direct jobs. What about indirect jobs? I asked, because you know government, usually when government creates jobs, they say, oh, direct and indirect jobs. I say, so how many? So about 10,000 indirect jobs. I said, okay, that's fine. Then I came to learn later, after maybe 6-7 years, that a thing has stalled. So I said, well, what is the problem? If you remember last week, I raised concerns about the role of chiefs and elders in the sale of lands, and how sometimes the meddling affairs sell to one person, sell to another person. I'm not saying that is what is happening in this case, but I'm just raising the concerns. I spoke about the judiciary and how some of these matters, if they go before them, they linger, for example, and I'm not saying that is what is happening in this case. And then I spoke about the police and other security agencies and how people with deep pockets sometimes get them to harass people, and I'm not saying that is what is happening in these cases. And I then also spoke about the fact that you have institutions that are supposed to be regulating, who are supposed to be ensuring that some of these foreign direct investments are done properly. And I'm not saying that is what is happening in this case. I'm only using this as a focal point to represent the entirety of what may be the bane of people who come into our country to invest because they think that our country is stable, it has a good economic climate, it has the potential of helping them to grow their business, grow their money, make profit, while helping our people to also find jobs. And mind you, they say the government alone cannot employ. The private sector remains the engine of growth. I need nobody to tell me that. If this business is up and running, like many others that have stalled, they will be paying income tax, they will be paying VAT, I nearly said betting tax. They'll be paying income tax, they'll be paying VAT, they'll be paying other taxes, EPA, Ghana Water, electricity, property rates, business operation permit, name it. How much money we could be getting from them? If I had money, and I'm saying that, like, people who have money to put up these things, look, they can decide that forget everybody. Let me go and sit at home with my wife and children and enjoy and think about myself. And I know many people who have decided that, look, I won't do business again. You take your thing. I will be at home. Whose facility is this? And why has it stalled? I'm saying that I'm sitting at the back and asking these questions and saying that the 5 layers of people that I've mentioned, the local authority, the traditional authority, perhaps the judiciary, the police or the security agencies, and then if you like the assembly, and then if you like you can go to agencies, GIPC, all those things. If you go into it, you will connect the dots, I'm telling you. This should be of interest to even the presidency, the Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness. Now, it used to be Trade and Industry, Trade and Agribusiness. It should be of interest. Imagine how many years that if it is a lease, and for all these years, the land is just there, the building is on it, it's not operational, it's just there. If I had money and I put it there like that, I should have then gone into piggery, or gone into catfish farming, or gone into some poultry or something. I would have made money. Since it's come to me, I would have made money. If any government that is not concerned that you have such a facility on your land, in your country, young people cannot find work to do, and this has a potential of finding them work to do, and you are quiet about it being there dormant, then the government has to be re-examined. And I'm saying that this crosses from, I saw this coming up in 2017. That is why last week when I drove past and I saw it, I asked the question. The person I was riding with, he laughed at me. He said, I'm a stranger in my own town. He said, am I not talking about it? I said, I always thought that this would have been operational a long time ago. He said, he was laughing at me. I said, if you go into it, you will find that there are monkey hands in the dark trying to shake hands with people pretending to be human hands. Oh, yes. If you go into the situation. If you go into the situation, you find that there are monkey hands. The presidency ought to be interested in this. The Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness ought to be interested in this. And not just this particular one. There are many different others that have stalled. Business people who wake up with pains in their heart because all they wanted to do was either to come home, because maybe they may have come from here, originated from here, so return home and start up something so others can benefit. And then you find stumbling blocks on their impediments on their way every step of the way. Then there are those foreign people who come into a country knowing that, oh, Ghana is safe, Ghana is peaceful, Ghana has stability, Ghana is this, Ghana is that. I've heard of other companies that have come here and they are doing so well, people are patronizing, blah blah blah, so I'm coming into a comment, and then they come and then they face this. And then they are locally, local rich men who also say, Charlie, me too, I have some.